Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. How's everyone doing tonight? Or today, wherever you may be. Let's see, to answer your question, Jesse, I'm doing fantastic. Exhausted, but fantastic. For anyone who may celebrate it, we had a Easter celebration with the family yesterday/today, and so it's been a bit of a weekend. Yeah, so hosted most of it here, and yeah, it's always fun. It's a blast hanging out with family, seeing everyone. But with a family the size of mine, it's a lot. It's a lot. I am one of 10 in my family. So, and most of us are adults, married, have kids. So, you know, you get everyone together and suddenly you've got like, you know, just immediate family is like nearing 30 people. It's a lot. It's a lot of people. So, but it's fun. It is an absolute blast. So, did anyone else do anything fun or exciting over the weekend? Cameron says, Kagan, right? Also, Carol and Tuesday is a really good anime. Oh, okay. I'd never heard of it, so I wasn't quite sure what you meant by Carol and Tuesday. That is good to know. I like it. It says that's a mood. That it is 100% a mood. It was a lot, but it was fun. It absolutely was a blast. Let's see, Autumn __. How's your weekend been? You say that things are they could be better, but could be worse. Hopefully things get better instead of worse. So, Cameron says, quick question: is the very top of a sword the pommel? I need to answer in my writing. I believe the pommel is like the butt of the sword, right? Oh, sorry about that. When you're like holding the sword, you know, you've got like the actual blade up top, then you've got like the pommel down at the bottom. Pretty sure that's what it is. I may be incorrect. Maybe. Let's see here. Okay, gotta press left, then enter. We got a salute from Autumn __. Doing good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Glad you're doing good. Mutation of Ori, pretty good. You went to a birthday dinner, teppanyaki grill stuff. Oh, that sounds really good right now. I've had, let's see, I believe the past 4 meals now have been egg-related meals. So like egg salad sandwiches, deviled eggs, that kind of stuff. So I could 100% go for some teppanyaki right now. That sounds really good. Cool Man Chill says YouTube's chat box ain't showing anything. Oh crap. You're right. That is about as blank as it can get. Hold up now. Hold up now. Go to overlays. Let's go to the YouTube overlays and we're gonna refresh that. That's odd. Peculiar. Very peculiar. Let's see. Cameron says the opposite of the tip. Oh, I walked 7 miles. No big deal. I didn't do anything special today. Just some insomnia. That's opposite of special, I would say. That kind of sucks. I'm sorry. Also, walking 7 miles. That, I don't know if I would rather have insomnia or walk 7 miles. I think I'd probably rather have insomnia over walking 7 miles. That doesn't sound fun. So, whew. Anyway, that is odd that it's not showing. Let's see if we can get that fixed. Cameron says my max is 20 miles. That's a lot of miles. I mean, except for like a very special occasion, like let's say like Disneyland, I don't think I've ever walked that far in one go. Yeah. I mean, I've tried a few times, like at work. So at work, I went out and I bought like a standing desk because we just have cubicles at work. And I was like, if I buy my own standing desk, can I bring that in? And they're like, sure. So brought a standing desk. And then I ended up getting like those like under desk walking pads as well. I can sometimes do like 2 miles and then I am just dead. And it is a bad time at that point. So Yeah, that's a lot of miles. That is too many miles for me. So I salute you. That's a lot of miles to walk. All right, let's see if we can get this chat working so we can connect the audiences. Let's come over here to the streaming tools overlays. Let's edit the YouTube overlay. Yeah, it should be there. Wait a minute. Yeah. Your stream's chat. Wait. Yeah, settings. That is very odd. That is very, very odd. Show messages permanently. Messages fade after 30 seconds. Well, they show permanently, so that's background color, position, text. Well, I have no idea what's going on. What if we just come in here and we do, let's see, what is it? Streaming tools, your streams chat. Hello. Actually, I have no idea if this would actually show up. Wait. Oh, that's just the size. There's like a very dim text right there. I have no idea. No idea what's going on here. Okay, so now you can see the actual text box there, because now I'm moving the one in Stream Elements. Yeah, this one right here that's the actual text. I don't know. We might be YouTube chatless tonight. Up top. I mean, everyone on YouTube can still see. I just have to make sure that I'm reading all the messages so that no one over on Twitch misses it. Well. Yeah, that's bizarre. Text and chat settings. Yeah, it should just be white. I don't know. I don't know. Those darn Twitchers. I know. Those crazy Twitchers over there. We're able to see what they're saying. Well, I'm gonna have to test that out, because I have no idea what might be going on here. Well, I apologize for that. I don't know what would have happened. I mean, there's obviously something weird going on with Stream Elements, because I literally just created a brand new text window here, and it's still not working. So, I don't know. Who freaking knows? Well, let's come in here. Let's delete that one, and we'll just let this thing do its thing, I suppose. I mean, I guess I could try and like, I don't know. Yeah, if we refresh it, you see it like flicker down on the side, like where it says like the subscribers, then nothing up top. So, well, tonight we will be on the screen without our YouTube chat, and we will just go from there. Cameron says it's the text color. I don't think so. That's white. Yeah, it's white on the black background. Then you got the text stroke. I don't know. The subscribers. Oh, yeah. Well, that one has been broken for a very long time. I don't know what happened to my Stream Elements. Sometimes I wonder, actually no, I tried deleting my Stream Elements account completely and starting from scratch, and it still is just broken. So if I come up here to the session data, it doesn't save my recent subscribers. Never has. Doesn't seem like it ever will. I don't know why. And so I manually have to go in and like type in YouTube subscribers here. So I'm a little bit behind on that. So anyway, so there's that, which unfortunately sucks. And even the subscriber count, I don't know. It seems like it takes like an extra day, maybe 2, to actually update the subscriber count. So I don't know. I feel like moving away from Stream Elements might be a good idea sometime here in the near future, because it just doesn't seem like it's worked very well for me. I don't know. When I subscribed the other night, it didn't increase. Yeah, and that's where I just have no idea why it's so, which is weird because the Twitch side of things for Stream Elements seems great. Like as soon as someone follows, it's on the board. It includes their name. It has, I mean, like you can see over here on the side where it's got like leaderboards, the spotlights, all that stuff. Like it updates the instant it happens. And so I don't know what's up with the YouTube stuff. So I feel like Stream Elements is probably just not good with the YouTube integration. Maybe it just takes a while for the API calls to actually send the data, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see here. What have I been missing on? Autumn__ says expand Twitch. We could do that tonight. We could just expand the Twitch chat. Should we do that? Expand it so we can that way YouTube can see the Twitch chat bigger and easier, and then we'll just figure out stuff later. So yeah, let's do that. I think we should just be able to expand that upward, something like that. We could, if we wanted to, even come in here and be like streams chat settings. Nope. Text settings. Let's crank that up to be like a 16. Save. And refresh. Although, I worry now. Is it gonna get rid of all the chats? I think it might. Okay, alright, so it gets rid of all the chats. That's fun. Alright, cool. Well, Twitch chat, you are ginormous tonight, so enjoy. Alright. Yeah, so everyone say something in Twitch so that we can see you're all still here. We shall expand the Tomb of Versilius. We shall. Let us go above and beyond expectations. Exactly. Speaking of which, we're gonna need to chat about that in just a second. We should grow bigger, even if we want the deed to the chat box. Grow our true potential. I've had problems with Stream Elements, but at least I prefer minimalist setup myself. Yeah, and that's how I used to be, like, honestly, not that long ago. Just like a couple weeks ago, honestly. It really hasn't been that long that I've had like this whole setup here. Like if we come in here, we come over here to live, like scrolling back just to, okay, maybe it's been more than a couple weeks. Let's go back like 2 months. So what is it? April 20th? Let's go to like February 20th. If we come in here, pull this up. Yeah, so that is how my stream used to look. It was literally just my webcam. So, you know. And then I was like, we should probably have stuff on the screen. I don't know, it just seemed like I should. Anyway. All right. Well, there we go. We will have it like that for now, and then we'll see what happens. I'm actually just now realizing we probably need to come in here really quick, and then we're gonna get started on stuff. We will get started on stuff. Let's see. Cameron says might be YouTube and not Stream Elements. That is true. It very well may be, and it could be either way. Could be Stream Elements side. It could be YouTube side. I don't know. Maybe there's even something that like some setting that I need to change. What the? And now it is updated. Now it says 681. I mean, it still doesn't show my recent subscribers, but at least it's showing closer to what I'm actually at. So I don't know. Who knows? Cameron says, I had to zoom out to fit the chat box in half screen so I could have both chat and the stream visible. Ah, see? Well, there you go. To be the green one, that's true. Wait. Hey, yeah, you're green on both. Not bad, not bad. We've grown. Okay, so I think it is actually showing over the YouTube chat, but just to be safe, we're going to come in here and we're just going to hide that YouTube chat. Save that, come into the Twitch overlays, YouTube overlays, refresh that. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Glad you're here. Hope everyone's having a great stream so far now that we're 15 minutes into it. And we haven't done anything but realize our YouTube chat is broken. No, it's actually spot on. Good. All right. And hopefully, eventually, one of these days, the chat up here, I want to combine both chats into one. I just need to figure out how it's done. I've found software that will kind of do it, but it doesn't necessarily show it on screen. So I don't know. We'll figure it out one of these days. One of these days, it will be figured out. Like how I repeated myself, but in reverse. That's how I do things. I do like that it looks slightly like the Tomb UI. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going for. I was like, you know, might as well have it look kind of like the project we're working on. So I'll probably switch it up as well once we get to a new project. But yeah, I thought it was kind of fun to have it match the game's UI. So yeah. But again, I probably will mix it up when we switch to whatever new project we'll be working on. Go with a whole new layout. What was that called? Overlays? Whatever they're called. I've heard Twitch frowns upon that from other streamers. I've heard the same thing, but then I've also heard that they've like recently changed their terms of service. Because here's the thing is that like I have Twitch and YouTube chat. Well, used to have Twitch and YouTube chat on the screen at the same time. But yeah, I have heard that you can, I think it's something like it's within their terms of service that you can multi-stream, but you can't have another stream's platform's chat on the Twitch stream. So I don't know. If that's the case, I feel like that's really stupid. I don't know why that's where they would draw the line, but who knows? Who knows? Twitch is the Twitch platform can be a little bit weird sometimes. It looks weird without the UI. It really does, yeah. It's so much better now that it's so much better now that we're in our proper size. Nice and taking up the full chat. I know. Feel large and important. I feel like my true self. Well, Twitch is going to have an absolute blast tonight, just taking up the whole chat box up there. Tazin, welcome. Glad you're here. All right, so what do we got here? I know the TLDR is they don't want you providing a better experience on one platform versus another. Well, I guess you could say for tonight, the better experience is definitely on Twitch since the YouTube chat's not showing up there. Who knows? Who knows? We're underrepresented on the screen. That is true. I can't chat on Twitch. Ah, that sucks. Well, maybe Twitch is also having their own problems tonight. Who knows? Okay, so really quickly, I know that the stream says we're going to be working on Tomb of Versilius, and we are absolutely going to be working on Tomb of Versilius. But for anyone who is like in the know, for anyone who remembers, let me just come over here and we're going to pull up the RPG Maker Game Jam. So as of right now, we have 1 hour and 11 minutes left before the submission deadline is closed. And look at that. As I predicted, this number is just shooting up. I think this morning it was at like 100 and like, actually, I think it was around like 150. So it has gone up almost 100 submissions today. Like since like in the last 12 hours, it has shot up like by 100. So anyway, I kind of expected that to happen. You know, it's usually last minute. Everyone starts actually submitting things and getting their projects in, which for the most part, people that need the full time, totally fine. So it's coming up close. We're almost done. And I was test playing the game today and I ran into a bug and I tried to fix it earlier today. Could not for the life of me figure out what it would have been. So I was just like, maybe it just happens every now and then, and maybe it's like not a very big thing. And I was playtesting again, and I couldn't get it to happen again. But then I started having a thought of where I think I might be able to find the actual bug. So we're gonna check really quick. Basically, the bug is, I pull this up really quick, and then we come in here, and we do a little bit of, let's see, what do we need to do? Put you over to Lemonade on Main Street. There we go. Yes, so, also I need to, can't have both music going, it's kind of throwing me for a loop. Yes, so the issue is, so I do continue game. I noticed when the customer number 1, and I don't think it ever did it with customer number 2, but customer number 1, they got to this point here, and they stopped, and then they didn't step up to the counter. And the clock just kept ticking all the way up until 8 o'clock. And then the clock stopped ticking and the customer was still standing there and they weren't moving. And I was like, all right, it's not exactly game breaking. I mean, originally it would have been. It's not anymore because I did add a pause screen. And so if anything bad happens, you can always just do end day, end, and then it just ends the day. But we're going to see if we can actually fix that bug. I think I know what might be going on. So let's see if we can do that. Dawson says, why did you step up verified accounts only on Twitch? I couldn't chat because of that. What? Why did you step up verified accounts only on Twitch? I don't think I changed anything. Wait, was it saying because your account's not verified you couldn't chat? Oh, what did I set up? I don't think I made any changes. That might have been a Twitch thing? I don't know. But I promise, I haven't changed anything on Twitch. But that's weird. So it's just telling you can't chat because you're not verified? That is very odd. Very odd indeed. I don't know. I do not know. Autumn says, Autumn __ says, how long does the judging take? That is another one that I don't know. No, Tossin, I recognize you. I think you were over on YouTube before you even joined my Twitch, weren't you? So yes, I 100% recognize you. Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I didn't change anything on Twitch, at least not recently. So if there is anything that changed, I feel like it probably would have been on Twitch's side. And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully whatever it is just like a bug and will go away soon. But yeah, I haven't changed anything on there. So, but I apologize that you can't chat on there. That sucks. Loki says, good evening. Evening. How's it going? How's your weekend been, Loki? All right. So as far as the judging goes, I don't think they actually list. Wait, maybe. Submission deadlines. Unplayable within first 10 minutes, makes it disqualified. Cheating, plagiarism, judges' rights, all judges are final. Yeah, I don't think they really say how long the judging goes on for. I don't know. Hopefully not too long. I mean, to be fair, they're going to have over 200 games that they have to play and get through, so it could be a while. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long it's actually going to be. Yeah, there's a lot in here. A lot for people to go over. So yeah, hopefully it won't be too long though. My hope is that, like, maybe by the end of this week, we'll have some kind of answer. So, but it does kind of suck because since I don't know how long the judging is going to be, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that whole bet thing. I don't know. But we will see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so let's just check really quickly and see if we can figure out this bug, because I think I might know what's going on. I think there's just like a secondary conditional branch that is occurring that's like stopping the whole process. So basically, here's how this whole process works. So this spawns the person number one, and then this is their whole movement, ordering, and then that's it. So let's see if we can figure this out. If we come down here, let's see. So that's if they're moving up or down. If pause game is on, then just turn on self switch D. Okay, so this is where I believe the issue was happening. So the conditional branch is, it checks to see if switch 12 is off, which switch 12 is, wait. Turn that off. Okay, switch 12 is the post day. So it's basically saying, hey, is post day off? And if 3 is on, so 3 is time running, so is the clock ticking? Has the day ended? Or is the day still running? Is the clock still running? And is variable 5 not equal to 7? Variable 5. Okay, and then variable 6 not equal. Okay. And then is it not 7:50 at night? As long as all those things are true. Okay. Odd. Very odd. Kevin says, "Gah, half an hour already." Time flies. Time flies when you're having fun. Maybe this isn't actually what I thought it might be. I was hoping it would be, but this doesn't seem it. This doesn't seem it. So yeah, because this is just the person moving down. Person 2 order is on, then it just tells them to move along. This is if they're moving up. And then if the person 2 order is on, it tells them to just keep going. Time for art after writing. Oh, 20 words. Yeah. Nice. Not bad. And if pause game is on, turn on self switch D. Person 2 orders off. Person 1 equals 282. Enters the queue. Turns on person 1 order. Waits for 30 frames. And then it checks again to make sure, hey, let's make sure that end of day isn't on, and let's make sure the time is still ticking. So if it is, then it does all of this stuff. All of this stuff. Okay. Well, I have no idea. I do not know. I don't know what might be going on here. Very bizarre. Again, I was going through test playing it. So that was on the web version. And then I started test playing the Windows version, and I didn't have that problem. So maybe it's just a problem on web. Maybe it's just a problem on mobile. But again, it is game... It's game halting, but not game breaking. So I hope that if it does happen while one of the judges is testing it, hopefully it won't actually be an issue. We'll see. We will see. All right. Well, with that, let's jump straight into Tomb of Versilius. That is Photoshop. That's Tomb of Versilius. There we go. All right, and then let's also come over here to the Tomb of Versilius. So, last week, for anyone who remembers, we were working on getting the mini-boss working. Balls. And I just remembered why I wasn't able to actually finish it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be alright. Cameron says, I may have you in Pip on my phone and multitask. That's totally fine. No worries. If you gotta lurk, I'm just glad that you're lurking with my stream. So, thank you. Axel says, what did I miss? You missed so much. Actually, not really. We just kind of had our introductions, asked how everyone was. We were all kind of just chatting back and forth. Realized our YouTube chat was not showing on screen for some reason. I don't know why. And so we replaced it with a much larger Twitch chat. What the? Wow, it goes way up there. That's crazy how much more it can fit when it's that large. Huh. Anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah, stream overlays, troubleshooting, and limit on Main Street bug. Yep, yeah, I had a bug, kind of chatted about it a little bit, and we're not able to find the bug. I'm sure I could. I just don't want to spend a whole lot of time looking at it, so. And then just looking at the countdown. We've got 1 hour left. 1 hour. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Actually says, I had an idea for the music. Oh, like for Lemonade on Main Street? Or for other stuff? Yeah, the YouTube subscriber overlay is working. Hey, that's wow, that's actually updating pretty quickly now. Still not updating with the latest subscriber names, but oh well. Beggars can't be choosers. That is true. It seemed to update. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Stream Elements. It's weird. On stream. Ooh, what's your idea? What is the plan? That's true. Yeah, the count is working for the subscriber count, which is good. I'm glad for that. I don't know why it doesn't show the names properly though. But the proper count, I will take that. I will take that. That makes me happy. All right. So, I do remember the bug we were having with the mini boss. Axel says, did it delete my message? Maybe. You said, yeah, the YouTube... Wait, no. You said, oh, I had an idea for the music. And then you said, like, oh, wait. Oh, like have an overlay to show the name of the song playing on stream. Okay, for some reason, I completely looked over that one. I don't know how I did, but I have thought about doing that. I think that would be fun. I don't know how I would do that. I'm assuming there's kind of some kind of like software I could probably get that can like detect my current song playing. Yeah, again, I don't know how I would do that. I'm sure I could figure it out. We could probably look into it, see if it's possible, and how cheap and easy it is to do. 'Cause that would be kind of fun. It would be fun to be able to show what current track is playing. So yeah, absolutely. All right. So yes, so the bug with Tomb of Versilius. Yes. So the bug. Let's come in here. Let's switch this from Lemonade on Main Street to Tomb of Versilius and new game. Here we go. Camera says, does it show up in your notification area? Not in my notification area. I mean, we could do something very simple and basic, like, you know, like if I were to do new display capture, we could do like, music. Okay. We did. Oh. Automatic. Yeah. Yes. Okay, well there's a nice big there we go. Yeah. Then if we do something like let's transform and edit transform. We crop the right by like, I don't know, 1,000 pixels? 1,500? 2,000? 3,000? Holy smokes, there's so many pixels on my screen. And then we crop the top by 1,500. Whoop, too much. Let's do 1,200. 1,300. Yeah, and the bottom by 50. 40. 30. 40. And then we make that a little bit bigger. We do something like that, where it just kind of like shows the, I don't know. Maybe something like that. But again, there would be a lot of stuff that I would have to figure out because for a lot of the tracks, like say, like for this one example, I just have it called Oblivion 9 because I got it from a lo-fi, like 1 hour video of lo-fi on YouTube, and then I had to like chop it up, and I didn't bother to go look up the name of it. So we could do something like this, where it like would just show the name based on what is playing in my media player. The only problem there is like if anything covers it, you would see my mouse. I don't know. Maybe that's not terrible, but not great. So anyway, it is something we could look into doing. We could look into it. Could be fun. Camera says I was gonna say, oh wait a minute. Show me your notification area. We're both fixing bugs in our jam games. Hey, nice. Bugs are so much fun. I love them. Well, it's actually easy. Put another window capture that's capturing your media player, then just make it only show you the area that has the music name scrolling. Oh, see? I should have read your message. But yes, that was kind of my thought, was having it show that. But again, I would have to rename the files to actually show things properly. I was gonna say MPRIS, what makes the song appear in your status area, would make it easier. Are you using Spotify? I know that there's OBS overlays that you could use if that's the case. Yeah, I am not using Spotify, unfortunately. I don't know. The music situation is a little bit weird. I like tried really hard to like search for stuff in the beginning because I didn't have any music, and so I was trying to find stuff that was royalty free. And then I ended up just finding like a few different places where I could get some stuff. And then now I'm, you know, slowly but surely adding Axel's music, which is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, so I still need to try and figure out the whole music situation, but you know, we'll get there. We will get there. Okay, so the bug with Tomb of Versilius, what we were experiencing the last time. So if we come over here to 36, starting room 3, so that is where the mini boss is. So yeah, so right now, if we're walking around the dungeon, right, and we find a way to go down, and we come into a battle, everything's fine. The cards draw, I'm able to attack, I'm able to draw more. Oh, take that, you stupid slime. You thought you had me with a 20? I got you with my 21. Anyway, so everything works fine. Everything is hunky-dory with the battles. Now I just need to get down to room 3. I'm just gonna run, because I don't need to fight them. So we're just gonna run, keep going till we get to room 3. Let me go. Man, this one is really windy. I like it. Sometimes the random tomb generation works really well. Okay, so everything's fine in the battle, right? And then we come up here to the mini boss. It draws their card, but not mine. And I can't draw, I can't do anything. I don't, and I have no idea what was going on. And if I try to leave, it lets me leave. Like everything's fine there, but I can't. Oh, that guy had a blackjack. Wait, if he had a blackjack, it should have attacked. Anyway, so that's the bug. I have no idea what is going on or why it would be doing this. I don't know. We will see. Cameron says master plan music might be right up your alley, but we should have a stream dedicated to fixing the holes in the stream. Yeah. I mean, I just need a little bit more time to work out some of the issues in the stream, because I don't know. I feel like for the first few, like the first like month or so, I feel like almost every stream was slightly different because I was tweaking something, fixing something, like changing something in one way or another. And it was great. But then I kind of got to a point where I'm like, it's fine now. And so I've just kind of left it as is. So yeah, I definitely need to spend a little bit more time making it better. I don't know. I'm just spending all the time working on games instead. And so it kind of takes up all my time. But anyway, yes. So the bug, what the crap is going on? Why is it not drawing? That is what we're going to find out. So let's come in here. So we got the mini boss card draws. So this is working just fine. And then we've got this right here. Card draws. If card draws equals 0, draw the cards. And this is if loaded graphics and draw cards is on. Cards drawn is 34. I just need to check and see. I don't think it's going to be the actual case, but we'll see. 37. That is a long ways from where we were. 19. The mini boss is in 34. Eh, close enough. Oh, come on. Just let me. Of course it's not letting me go to the right. Let me go to the right. There we go. Now down. Let me go to the 34. Shouldn't be that hard. Also, of course, there's just all sorts of monsters. Jeez. Sometimes the spawns are just crazy. Okay, so 34. Cards drawn is equal to 0, as it should be. All right. Cards drawn is equal to 2. It's equal to 0. Okay, so cards drawn is equal to 0. We also need to check and see if loaded graphics, so 5 and 6. 5 and 6 should be on, right? 5 is on, 6 is on. I just don't get why it wouldn't be drawing the cards. Huh. Autumn__ says, friends, Romans, countrymen, tell me your recent hyperfixations. RPG Maker has been a fixation. What about you, Autumn__ and everybody else? All right, so it is currently checking all the criteria, right? So if we come in here, if loaded graphics is on, which that switch is on, and draw cards is on, which it's on, and if cards drawn 34 is equal to 0, So we've got switch, 5 and 6 are on, and the variable 34, cards drawn, is equal to 0. So it should be processing all of this. But it's not. And I don't know why. But I don't know where it would be stuck in this. Unless, are there like exit UI interaction? B, stuck on B? Like, that's my only possible potential thing, is that like maybe it's just stuck on one of these other, but it doesn't get stuck on the regular monsters. This is if B is on, which it should be turning on B, running through all of this, and then turning off B. Cameron says, to Autumn __, a song from Carolyn Tuesday called Hold Me Now. It and another song called Kid and Leverett have taken up 10% of my listening over the past 4 weeks. That is quite the hyperfixation, that is true. Also, hypermodded Belatro. Fair. Axel says, I have to go back to making regular music. I've been loving your new music so far, though. But that's understandable. Your lo-fi is also very good, so it's going to be great either way. But your new stuff has been really good. And Mutation of Ori says, OST to gacha games I'll never play. Like, oh my gosh, Genshin Impact. That soundtrack is so good. Well, the saga is over. That is true. I mean, it is over. And all good things must come to an end. It's just sad when the good things come to an end. Oh well. We will be happy that it happened. And we won't cry that it's over. That is not the quote at all, but that's the quote I'm saying. Yeah. We're happy that it happened. And we won't be sad that it's over. Yeah. Music is the best way to find anime. Bell, Carolyn Tuesday. Well, it started with the end of the saga. That's fair. That's fair. Mutation of Ori says, yeah, Arknights and Limbus Company are the two right now. I haven't ever listened to those, but I'm glad they're good. Carolyn Tuesday is a great anime. I feel like I need to watch it now, because I don't think I've ever heard of it, let alone watched it, so I may need to watch it. All right. What the absolute crap is going on here? I don't understand it. All right, what if it's driving me so crazy that I can't even speak right now. Spawn monsters, items, and traps. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens when it spawns a regular monster. What's happening in here? Between -3 and 3. So if it gets to... Okay, spawns a monster. It says spawn a monster. Spawn nothing. Spawn item. Spawn the dice. Spawning traps. Remove potentially spawn traps and exit. Create room decorations. Okay, so that's all of that. Cool. And then we've got the initialization, the move, and transition. Okay, so here in the transition. Page 4. Reveal next minimap room. Show decor. Show exit. Add room. No room in POV. Okay, showing monster. So this shows a picture. Card decks. Changes the parallax. And this shows the actual monster or mini boss. And that's the only difference there. It either shows a monster or the mini boss. Then turns on spawn monster, turns on draw cards. There's gotta be something else going on. There just has to be. And I don't know where the crap it would be. Okay, this is saying if 94 is greater than or equal to 101, then it turns on switch 62. I have no idea what switch 62 is. I'm gonna put a whole bunch of question marks in there and see what the crap is going on. I have no idea what that switch is even doing, but it obviously is saying if the current room monster is greater than or equal to 101, which is the starting monsters, like for the mini bosses. I don't know. Angel says, good evening. Good evening, Angel. How's it going? Welcome back. Glad you're here. How's your weekend going? Kevin says, I just found a pencil and went to continue drawing, but now I can't find my eraser stick. It's always something. It's always something. Axel says, my husband loves it. It's actually what we watched after our first date. We binged the entire show, and I stayed in his room all day playing Slay the Spire on his Xbox while he was at work. That sounds like a good time. And that's when you knew, huh? You're like, this is the life that I want to live. I'm staying. Oh, good, you found it. Good. Okay, so it turns on switch 62. But I don't know which switch 62. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to search for switch 62 and see if it's doing anything particular. So in the dice move, it shouldn't have anything to do with the dice move, so let's not even worry about that. Monster animation. Okay, that's weird. Current room monster is greater than or equal to 101. Was I using 101 for some other thing? Now I worry I was. I really worry that I was. Angel says, weekend is great. I hope yours is as well. It was absolutely fantastic. Thank you for asking. Yeah, had a lot of family time and a lot of work and cleaning and all sorts of just fun stuff, but also busy work. So, you know, it happens. Slay the Spire is fun too. Played it on Apple Arcade with an Xbox, but now I can't play it on Xbox since the owner of the gamer tag. ... I was leeching off of. Oh, for Game Pass asked for his account to be removed, and I'm poor. That makes sense. That is fair enough. Angel says, aren't you able to name the switches and add descriptions to them? Yes, I can. The only problem is, and I don't know how this happened. I mean, I always name the switches, right? If I come in here and I do the trigger parallel process, so I have named all my switches. Like, they all have names. Except for some reason this one was blank. And I don't know why, but there's at least one reference that I've seen to it so far, and so I'm like, well, it must be doing something. So, but it was just a blank name, so I have no idea what it was supposed to be referencing. So I don't know if I like deleted it because I was like, I'm not going to use that switch anymore, and maybe there's just one more spot that I forgot to delete it. But anyway, that is currently what's going on. Actually, let me check this really quick. I think if I go to here, switch 62, search. Okay, I completely forgot about the event searcher. Okay, so on map, the tomb, level select to dungeon, and death. those are using this. Okay, so in the tomb, event 1, page 4. Okay, so we already know where that one is. And then level select to dungeon. Event 1, page 1. Level select to... Wait. Map 6. Level select to dungeon. Oh, wait, it's in here. There we go. Okay, this is turning everything off. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of anticlimactic. And then we also search this one. This is in the death screen, event 1. Death, you. This is just resetting it. Okay, so it seems like it is just not... It seems like it has nothing to do with anything. Let's come in here. Let's erase it. The tomb. Here we go. Page 4. We're not even going to say, hey, if this thing is a thing and does its thing, and let's come in here and just delete it. And let's erase this. Yeah. Full of life is a happy life, they say. That is true. For full on life, you will have a happy life. Axel says I was mostly just terrified of his mom finding me in his room. He never told her I was there. That would be pretty terrifying. Yeah, that's I could see that. I'm apparently the only partner Blake's mom approves of. Oh, that is quite the achievement, honestly. If you can have an in with the in-law, not bad at all. Mutation of Ori says you got to start pre-naming those switches. I know, I do. And then I also need to actually keep in mind, all right, everyone hold me accountable. If I ever come across switch number 62 again and I go, what is this switch? What could it possibly be? Someone remind me that we erased it. It is no longer a thing and we can use it. It's free to use. But I don't want to name it like free to use because then I'll just assume that I'm using it in something called free to use. So yeah, usually I am good at actually naming them and keeping up on that, but for some reason I was not this time. We accidentally hit cancel, maybe. Yeah, so I don't think it was necessarily a thing that I had done and then I hit cancel instead. I think the problem was it was a switch I was using. I ended up not using it anymore because I just got rid of whatever it was, and then so I deleted it, but I didn't delete the reference of it in here, and so it was still saying, hey, if this thing is this, turn on this switch. And so I was like, what is this switch that's turning on? It obviously has nothing over anything because it didn't go anywhere else. But anyway, yeah, so that was definitely my bad. I do that a lot. 62 is free real estate. Okay, I would actually remember that one. So we're gonna do that just so I don't throw myself off. It's free real estate. There we go. Now we will know it's free real estate. And delete that. Okay. Good thinking in Mutation of Ori. I appreciate that. Good thoughts. All right here. When you see it means I'm hitting the character limit. Oh, that's true. Yeah. When I see ... it means I'm hitting the character limit and to split my messages. FYI. That is fair. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. I will make sure to look out for that. So, and also, yes, Mutation of Ori. Thank you. I appreciate your help on that. Okay. We still have the issue of it not working on the mini bosses, though. That's right, though. I think I may have actually made a mistake. And that is somewhere. Okay, so let me explain my thought process really quick. So if we come in here to the enemies, this is my database of monsters, right? So I'm going to have 1 through 100. So we're going to have potentially 100 monsters in the game. I don't know if we're actually going to have that many, but that's how many we could have, right? I think what I maybe did at some point was saying, hey, if this monster dies, I think some places I told it to set its ID to 101. Because -1 means nothing spawned there. So I think at some point I was like, well, if I do 101, that means there was a monster there, but it's dead. The problem with that is that the mini-boss is 101 now. And so if I'm trying to reference 101, but somewhere else I'm saying, hey, 101 means the monster's dead, that could be what's going on there. So let's come in here to the card draws / attack. I just want to see, well, none of this should be a thing anymore. So let's see, picked up, C, B. Okay, so all of these page conditions shouldn't have anything to do with any of that. There. 3 equal to 0, 3 equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so we're not doing anything there. If we flash the screen white here, I just want to see if it gets to that page on the mini boss. Wait a minute. Whoops. Here we go. New game. Here we go. All right. X says, yeah, the bar is very low. His last partner hit him. That would be a very low bar then. It's pretty hard not to be a decent human being, so it was easy for them to like me. Yeah, it's kind of sad how, for some people, like literally just not being a horrible person is enough to give you an in because you're not a horrible person. So it's like, cool, I'm glad that I could just not be terrible and you like me. Good. Take it one step further and call blank switches for sale, not used. Go through, rename every single one of them. I'm with Cameron on that. Yeah, maybe. That's why the mini boss is a spooky ghost, because it's already dead. Jesse, I think you might be onto something. That mini boss already done been dead. Alright, so they're in 28, we're in 43. Let's see if we can get there easily. It's gonna flash every single time we come across a monster, so I apologize for that, but here we go. Hold up, what was that? These guys should have been drawing at the same time. Why does the monster's cards draw? And then your cards draw after the flash? I don't know. I do not know the answer to that one. I swear they were supposed to draw at the same time, like in parallel with each other. Bizarre. Very bizarre. All right, let's see what happens over here. No flash. So it's not even doing anything on that page. So what the freak is happening? Oh my gosh. Ooh, cool. All right. So it's not even getting to this page. But why? Like, this has absolutely zero conditions. It should just be loaded graphics and card draws. If those are on, do this thing. But it's not. Okay, if picked up is on, I don't know what that is. That's just with the dice, right? You've picked up the dice. Whoops. Yep. 35. Everyone ready for some flashes? Because we're going to get some flashes up in here. All right, that was way less flashes than I was expecting. All right, we go up one and then over. Okay. If we come over here, F9, switch 3 is off. Okay, so that should have nothing to do with it. Exit UI interaction. This shouldn't be anything either. We can probably just delete this, actually. Maybe. We'll see. And then B. This is just it checking for all of this stuff. cost. Player death. Player being damaged. And then current room monster, so long as 94 is greater than or equal to 1. Which, if nothing else, current room monster, switch variable 94 is 101. Which should mean I should be able to draw cards. But I can't. And the answer is... why? Why? Card total value is greater than monster total card value. Not a freaking clue. This is just killing my brain. I do not. I'm gonna be so mad when we actually eventually figure this out, and it's like the most simple thing in the world. I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. Oh, let's see, Cameron. You need to create a reference sheet where you list all your switches and their implementations. I could do that. I do that for image layers. I do have that so that I can keep track of what images are going where and what they're used for. So, yeah, I have a whole thing here telling me what images can go where and which ones can't. Axel says, if things break, don't. That's be so much nicer if that's how it worked. Make my job a lot easier. Should I use my D&D OC or Carolyn Tuesday for my Discord profile picture? I kind of want to say your D&D character. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Mutation of Oreo agrees also. D&D OC always. 100%. Loki says mini-boss is an amalgamation of all the ones you killed previously. Basically. I mean, there's more than enough to room under there to fit everybody that I've killed, so this horrible, horrendous, awful monster. I'm gonna just crack up so much for the first person that comes in here, didn't see us create this, and they're just like, what the freak is that? Like, what kind of horribleness is that? And then I go, yes, it is terrible. It is absolutely garbage. Let's see. Axel says flip a coin, assign each one to one side. If you don't like the outcome, pick the other one. It's a good point. Good point. If you feel even just like the slightest tinge of like, I wish it would have been heads, means you should have picked that one in the first place. Wear your drip. Oh, he's wearing his drip. Wearing all the drip. All right. Current room monster is greater than or equal to 1. 94. 94 is equal to 101. Oh. Got some cable ties right by my mouse, and so I was like wondering what I put my wrist on. Okay. Let's turn this down to like 90. Just for kicks and giggles. Whoa. What is trying to show that? Something is caught in a loop. But what? Are there any loops in here? I don't see any. Image pictures monster 90-1. Monster animation. So if you are equal to 101, greater than or equal to 101. Okay, that's fine though. Because if not, then it's trying to show monster plus that plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay, that's fine. Actually, yeah, that's totally fine. Never mind. I thought we were onto something. I thought for sure we were onto something. Nope. Turns out I'm just stupid. Just says, phew, I finally figured out the web build. I'm done. I am done game dev for a little bit. Nice. Glad you got it figured out. Now I need you to come in here and help me figure this out. Camera says, to be clear, I define OCs strictly. I have Makor as my self-insert OC, Atui, the Fallen Princess, my Sky character, as my gaming OC. Okay. So you're just not sure which character to use then? This says it's been a crazy 9 days. You've been working on it for 9 days? That's a long time. I'm glad you got it figured out though, because that is a long time to have to be working on that. Not fun. Excuse me. Drink more water. It's only been 4 days since I started my mead. These 3 months are going to be so long. That is going to be a long time to wait. It's going to be worth it, though. That payoff in the end, oh. This is going to be a Sora-generated image of Yay. That's totally fine. No worries at all. Oh, I forgot Ardo, my writing OC. You got a lot of OCs, don't you? Your D&D OC. Still, it's a decent amount. The whole jam was 9 days. Oh, gotcha. I thought you had been like working on the project for longer, and that you've been having this issue for 9 days. I was like, I will salute that determination to have a bug like that and spend 9 days trying to figure it out. That is determination. But that makes more sense. Well, I'm glad you got it figured out in the end. Anyway, I still salute your determination. Not bad at all. My question was, should I do Carol and Tuesday or Yay? Okay. Well, I mean, to be fair, your original question was, should I use my D&D OC, which I guess technically is Yay. So yeah, I would say D&D OC. I think that would be the most fun. I built a raycast engine in C++ and SDL. I read that as racist for a moment. I saw it as racist as well, but I was like, no, Jesse wouldn't say that he built a racist engine in C++. So I was like, it's gotta be raycast. It's gotta be raycast. Mutation Divorce says, I counted the amounts of OCs I had once, 300 plus at least. How the crap do you even keep up with that? I have 5 characters right now in D&D Beyond, and I could not tell you a single thing about any of them except for the one that I am currently using in our bi-weekly D&D sessions. Spreadsheets? Okay, that's fair. That's a much better way to keep track of all those. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. The crap is happening. What is happening? I don't understand it. These all draw just fine. Then it turns on B, because B should just sit there and do nothing. What if we turn this one off? Will it draw then? Is there something it doesn't like about that monster drawing event? 47. We got a long way to go. Oh, we also need to turn that off eventually. We'll get there. We'll get there. what was it, 47? Axel says, I also didn't read racist or Raycast. Yeah. Cameron says, I have 2 McCour in my current campaign and yays. Okay. All right. So the question is, should you do the D&D characters or Carol and Tuesday? And if you decide on the D&D characters, which D&D character? Which one's your favorite? If you have a favorite, you should do that one. Still nothing, huh? Wait, what do you mean no it's not? Wait, you said, should I use my D&D OC or Carol and Tuesday for my Discord profile picture? And then you say you have multiple D&D OCs. Yay and Carol and Tuesday. Make or is my self insert. Okay. Go with where your heart so desires. I don't know. You could try one, and if you don't like it, do the other. Because I feel like I change mine fairly often. Angel says y'all play online or IRL. So it's my wife, my brother-in-law, his partner, and then one of their friends. We all play together, so yeah. So we all play together in person, which is nice. Because yeah, we've tried to play online before, and it's so hard to pay attention and to make anything actually work. So it is a lot of fun though to actually play in person though, because you know we all get together, like we have dinner first, and then everyone's got snacks and drinks, and yeah, it's a good time. I like it. Okay, so what was I thinking? Oh, here's what I'm thinking. I am thinking, I am going to add. First, let's change this. We are going to figure out what the freak is happening here. It is going to happen. And do you want to know how this is going to happen? We're going to add a flash to every single one of these freaking things. Actually, let's change this to wait. We're going to see if any of these pages are active when it pulls up the mini boss. Any of them. I just want to know if there's a single page that's active. We're also going to turn this. I don't think we need this anymore, so let's just cut that, but just to be safe, we're going to paste that there. These are like my backup events, just in case. Let's set this to parallel. We'll set this to parallel. We'll see what happens. We're also going to come in here, and we're going to say spawn monsters. Set this to be -3 through -1. Only spawn items. No monsters, no trap rooms, just items. So we can get over there, figure this out as quickly as possible, because this has been an absolute nightmare. All right, so 40. Let's come down here, down, over. Okay. So it is stuck on a page. That is great to know. That is absolutely fantastic to know. Which page on here is it stuck on? Well, let's figure that out. We get rid of this one. I know this is probably like one of the most inefficient ways to do this. I have to know what the freak is happening and where we're getting stuck. Because once we know where we're getting stuck, then I can figure out how to fix it. 22. Let's go find room 22. All right, still got flashes. About this one. Come on. I feel like it's got to be one of these latter pages. 38. Gotta go down. We gotta go over. Please let me go over. Up. Oh. I think we found it. This page right here. What the freak is turning on self-switch C of event 6? Is it somewhere in here? Oh my gosh. Show exit. If game variables 100, so if your location is equal to the exit location, show picture exit door, and then turn on self switch 96C to true. Why? Oh my gosh, we're not traveling that far. I like traveling through this dungeon as much as the next person, but holy crap, that was a long way to travel. 38, that's better. Why the freak did I have it doing that? Why? Like, what was the purpose? I don't remember the purpose. But your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. I have absolutely no idea. So, anyway, on the bright side, we should be able to find the exit now. 37. Let's go up to 37. And look at that. We can draw cards now. Because why not? Why not? Oh my gosh, that was the most frustrating thing in the world. And all it was a freaking event saying, hey, if you're in the exit room, turn on this self switch. There's not even a reason to turn on a self switch there. Like, here's the only thing that I can think of why I would have that. When you go into the exit room, it is spawning. It's basically saying, hey, yes, you are in the exit room. So show the exit door. And then turn on Event 6's self switch C. That is a lot of S's. Event 6's self switch C true. And by doing that, it basically is just avoiding any reason for you to potentially be able to draw cards. But like, if you just don't turn on draw cards. Oh, it's because if current room monster is greater than 1. Okay. All right, so it makes sense why I did it this way. It was basically for me to say, hey, if you're in the exit room, don't allow this to happen. But even the current room monster wouldn't have been greater than or equal to 1 because it would have been equal to 0 because there would be no monster in the room. All right, I don't know why I did it. I don't know why. That is just beyond me, but oh well. Oh well. All right. Ooh, here we go. Let's see what we got. Angel says, yes, hard to pay attention. Very much better in person. I absolutely agree. Some light editing in Krita before I put it in. We're alive. Don't even worry about it. We're alive. We're fine. Everything's fine. I have 2 I'm currently expanding on right now. Chetwin and Star. They're my new project. I like it. Very nice. And I kind of don't like digital character sheets. Yeah, the digital character sheets, it's useful for me because I'm a very much D&D noob. I'm still learning it, and so it kind of helps having the digital stuff to be able to like point me in the right direction and help me figure out exactly what I'm doing and what I can do, what I can't do, and all that fun stuff. I did technically start with physical character sheets though, and I did like it, but it is a little bit more manual, which when I'm learning, And maybe I should have learned the more difficult way just so I don't rely on the digital stuff, but I don't know. I've only done IRL, but unlike Angel, I prefer Beyond Sheets. And, you know, to each their own. If you prefer the Beyond Sheets, go for it. If you like the physical can be kind of fun too, to have actually like something you're holding in your hand. I mean, I know you're like holding your phone or your iPad or your laptop, but still. At the end of my music, they're going to talk to each other like I did at the end of the credits. Ooh, that'd be fun. I have a whole lore for McCore. His life started in an alternate dimension called the Matrix. I think I've heard of this one before. Not to be confused with the setting of the movie of the same name. Oh, well, then I guess I haven't heard of this one before. Dawson says, my internet is betraying me. I was having similar problems 2 days ago. That sucks. I hate it when when your internet doesn't work. It is absolutely frustrating, and I hate it. I was having internet problems just a few weeks ago, so I know the struggle, but hopefully it stops giving you trouble there, Tossin. Tui, you have to know some of the theory craft of Sky to understand her backstory. Fair. Just a surprise for future you, worked like a charm. Yeah, that was quite the surprise. Again, now that I've thought about it, I'm like, I understand why I did it. Oh wait, no. I still don't understand why I did it, because if you're in a room where there is no monster, you can't draw anyway because there would be no current room monster. So yeah, it was just a surprise for future me. Just wanted to keep things exciting, I suppose. You know, good times. Ardo got yeeted into the land of Musica, Narnia style, and will eventually fix that world. Good future. A good destiny. I have a full binder of character sheets from my past characters. See, that is kind of cool. I do really like that. If you can actually store all of your stuff and you like actually keep them, then it's actually really cool. Because I still have like my 2 original character sheets, and it's kind of fun to go back and look at them. To be fair, I haven't even created enough characters in D&D Beyond to go past the free tier of character sheets. So I enjoy D&D. I'm not good at D&D. And I always get nervous when I'm playing, so, you know. Towson says, hey, I published the demo version of my game. Really? You got a demo out there? Nice. Do you have a link? Because I would absolutely love to look at it at some point. Okay, so now that we have the character drawing working again, let's actually get stuff working in the mini-boss battles. So what do we got here? So the mini-boss currently draws. They draw their stuff, checks for the aces, or checks for the blackjacks, sorry, if you have an ace. And then it turns on... Oh, sorry, I had an itch on my back that I could barely reach. And then it turns on self-switch B, so it's here. It's drawing the cards, showing one, not showing the other. Okay, perfect. Now, we need this. So, what are we gonna do? When you go to attack, when you release, current room monster is greater than 0. Flash HP player damage. The player's location is equal to the MB. All right. Okay, so we already got all of this set up then. Yes. So that it turns on event 15's B to true. What is 15? There's 15. That's already okay. We don't want B. I think what we want is C. Turn on C to true. Yes. Set that to parallel. Yes, so in here, in the mini boss room, turn C to true, and then go into a loop. So that way the player cannot do anything until the mini boss finishes their turn. Okay, simple enough. And basically what we want to do is we want to say we need to flip card 1 over. Card 1 is the one that's upside down. Yes. Yeah. Cameron says, my AUDHD brain struggled putting together Ye's sheet for my new campaign. It can be a little bit putting together a character sheet, so I can understand that. I feel like my ADHD would also go a little bit crazy. Let's see, Angel also says, yes, please share. And Tossin says, YouTube doesn't allow me to send links, but you may find me on itch by searching TK Gamers 1 on Google. Oh, that's true. I actually think I might be following you. Let me pull this up and just double check. Itch.eu. And so many windows open. There we go. Come back over to here. What? Maybe itch.io/TKGamers1? I don't know how to see who I'm following. Got my library. Dashboard. Got followers, but I don't have following. Well, I found you on there anyway. Okay, so it's tkgamers1.itch.io. All right, let's see. I think that I should have permission to post. There we go. Hopefully that actually shows up. There we go. I'm also now following you. Very nice. Also, Tossin says, if you're going to play, please tell me everything that comes to your mind. Be brutally honest. I will be honest, but not brutally honest. I feel like there is no advantage in being brutally honest with someone. I know that's just a saying, to be brutally honest with someone, but honesty doesn't have to be brutal. So I'll be honest with you, just not brutal, okay? Hopefully that's okay. I'm also a novice at D&D, so I had to use Copilot to help me. That is totally fine. My wife, she's currently building out a whole campaign. Like, she's designing like the world, the towns, all the NPCs, everything like that. And she's relied a bit on AI to like help kind of figure out some of the less. She's using it to fill out the unimportant NPCs. And so it's basically, you know, she'll just be like, hey, create an NPC that has X amount of dialogue options. And then so like it'll just kind of put out some stuff. So that way, like when the players are playing, they come up to that NPC, they can say stuff to them and there will be some written dialogue. But that way she doesn't have to focus on like writing out all this dialogue for these pointless NPCs that don't really do anything, but it'll help fill out the world and you know, help just feel a little bit more alive. So that kind of stuff, I'm like 100%. Like if you're going to use AI, I would say that is what you should be using it for, is to like the monotonous, menial stuff that's like, it doesn't mean anything, but it will make things feel better. And so it's better to have something with AI than nothing without. So that's my own personal opinion. I know that some people would say not at all, you know, don't use AI at all. And I'm like, you know what? That's totally fine. That's fair. If you don't like it at all, that's totally fine. Yeah, when it comes to just like writing stuff, I'm like, you know, especially if it's not stuff that matters. Yeah, I mean, and there are some people that take it too far and they're like, write a whole D&D campaign for me, and then they'll try and be like, look what I made, and you're like, you didn't make that. Like, ChatGPT made that. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. So anyway, those are my 2 thoughts, 2 cents. Those are my thoughts worth 2 cents on that matter. Let's see here. I also followed. Yes, good job. Yeah. Angel says, I will, but not today. Of course, as fellow developers, we know to be honest. Yes, yes. Yeah, we know to be honest, just not brutal. Honest, but not brutal. I was trying to think if there's something else I was going to say there, but nope, not at all. I want to make a campaign and turn it into a book. That would be cool. That would be a lot of fun. Also, I knew what you meant. Campaign. But if you wanted to make a camping as well, I'm down for camping. I need to go back and make my D&D setting. I love the idea of making a D&D setting. I've tried. I'm absolutely terrible at it, but I like the idea of it. So you're basically just making a giant open game world that then someone will be able to play, which I think is a lot of fun. Be brutally honest, it's just a demo, so it's no big deal if it has flaws. I know that you say that, but it doesn't matter how strong-willed of a person, it doesn't matter how much you think the negative feedback isn't going to affect you, it 100% will. Like that is just the honest fact. And you know, it may not absolutely tear you down, it may not be the worst thing in the world, but there will be some kind of like negative feeling that comes from receiving criticism, like brutal honesty. And that's why I'm saying, like, the honesty will be there, just not brutal honesty. And so, like, I will be honest, and I will tell you, like, things you can change, things I feel like need to be different, and stuff like that. Like, you will get my honest feedback, but it will be constructive criticism, not brutal honesty. So there's a big difference between the two. And when you're giving feedback, you want that constructive criticism, not the brutal honesty. So if you give brutal honesty, way too often and way too easily, feelings can get hurt when there shouldn't be. But with the constructive feedback, when there's actually thought put behind what is being said and what is actually being given to you, that way you have something to work off of, not just, oh, I didn't like this piece. It's like, it's not going to help you at all if it's just like, I didn't like this part. Because then you'll know, oh, there's an issue here. But if you don't know how to fix it, then it's like, okay. But the constructive criticisms will be, you know, it's, hey, I wasn't a huge fan of this. Maybe you could try something like this. You know, maybe doing something like this could make it a little bit different. And then following that up with, but I also really like this piece. And this applies to anything in life. Like, if anyone is wanting honest feedback, give them constructive criticism, not brutal honesty. Let's see here. I'm using to write my lore. Oh, wait. 1 Obsidian, 1 desktop, 2 browsers, 3 file explorers, a search page, task manager, and clock. Wait, what? Exactly 10. Oh, okay. Going off of your past messages. Right now on my desktop, I have like 10 windows. Okay, that's fair. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's see. Angel says, "Wow, your wife, that's lots of a job." Yeah, it 100% is, and she's been working on it for like the better part of, I think, like 2.5 years now. So, and it's coming along. Like, she's definitely making progress. Yeah, it's, and she hasn't like been working on it full time. Like, obviously, like, you know, she's a mom, so it's like she doesn't have a whole lot of time to be working on it. But like, whenever she can, like, it's been over the course of several years that she's been working on it. So, it's been a while, but she's making some good progress. I'm using to rewrite my lore behind Yay and some homebrew item stuff. Absolutely fantastic use for that. I use AI with my music to get the first 8 measures started, then I usually disregard it and do something different. I like it, but it gets you started. Kind of gives you that little kickstart, which I feel like is honestly, again, and like, this is my own personal opinion, I feel like the best use of AI is to give you a kickstart, point you in a direction. Because sometimes the most difficult thing to do in life is starting with a blank canvas. And if you've got a blank canvas, that is the hardest place to start. The blank page, the blank canvas, the blank code editor, absolute nightmare. But if you have something like AI to kind of be like, here's a little bit, here's this that you can kind of start off of. And even if you eventually go back and get rid of all of that, it'll still help at least kickstart. And I would say at the end of the day, having that kickstart is way better than just staring at that empty page and just kind of being like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So yeah, having the AI to at least get you started, I think is the best way to use AI. And then you take it from there, make it human, make it your own. And then I don't see any problem with that at all. Again, some people's mileage may vary. If people are even like absolutely no to anything AI, that is totally fine and understandable. And to those people, I'm like, hey, that's how you feel, and that is completely valid. And I'm not gonna say you're wrong or right. I'm just gonna say that's you. This is me. And that's life in general, I feel like. Very random, but did you cut your hair? I did cut my hair. Yes. I feel like it's kind of difficult to see with the thing. Oh, now it's just black. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of hard to see with the black background. But yes, definitely I got a haircut last Wednesday, I think. So yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit weird for people who are like potentially coming here from the shorts that I upload to here. They're going to be like, who the crap is this guy? Yes, I appreciate you noticing though. You can be honest about flaws without being a jerk. That's true. And that's why I give the constructive criticism. To try and be as as nice as possible without being a jerk. Because yeah, that's the most important thing. I made an herb called Fey Bloom for my D&D quasi campaign. It's an herb. I like it. World building is my favorite, and I especially love making sandbox style games. Those are a lot of fun. I love just letting people just feel like they can run around and do whatever they would like. That boosts Fey and Elven powers. Ooh. Sounds like a pretty cool herb. I like it. Yeah, that would work. Anything that can make my game better. And that is what I'll try to give you that, Tawson. I will try to anything that I can to try and help you out. Let's see. I agree with be honest, but don't hurt them. Only exceptions are siblings. That's true. With siblings, you can just kind of say whatever you want, and they have to love you. You're their sibling. Yeah, trying to be helpful and not hurtful. That's the most important thing I would say is, yes, when you're giving any kind of advice, be helpful, not hurtful. Oh my gosh. When you're giving any advice, be helpful, not hurtful. It's going to be the best result at the end of the day. All right. The page search is another edge window. I have 3 voices in my stories surrounding Ye's. Hers, her party members, and a narrator. So I use AI to rewrite my stories in the Legend of Ye storyline. I like it. I like it. Also, Angel says it suits you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I did kind of let my hair get a little bit out of control for, yeah, it was probably about a year and a half that I hadn't cut my hair. And yeah, it was getting a little bit crazy. I was debating letting it go even longer, but I was like, maybe. And then my wife was like, you need to get a haircut. And I'm like, all right, if she's saying I need to get one, probably about time. Probably about time. So, all right. You look like the Fakemon YouTuber Nyogen. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to assume that they are a very attractive and handsome looking person. So I'll take it. All right. Okay. Back to this. Let's see what we can get done here. So when you go to draw your cards, you can draw your cards. That's right. You can draw. What's going to happen if you bust? That's my real question now. So over here, soft hand, yada, yada, yada. Player being damaged, player death, bust. If you bust, Monster Blackjack turn off. Okay. Flashes the screen. Player death, player being damaged. This is getting rid of your cards. Player monster hand and deal again. $912A to true. Draw cards on. And cell switch A and B. Okay, so I think right here is what we need to change. I believe, wasn't it event 15? Is that this one? Yeah, 15. Basically, we just need to turn off C. Actually, just B. Turn off B. And then make sure 81 is set to 0. Turn off B, make sure 81 is set to 0. Turn B to false. And then that should set it to 0. Okay, so now you should be able to bust, have the monster attack you. Then we should be good to go. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens. We'll turn that back on so you can see it in full screen. All right. Cameron says, I need to get one too. Yeah. They're important things. I feel like it's not something that I think about too often is haircuts, but they're pretty important to get. You should definitely need to get them at least every now and then. Angel says, when the wife says it. It's true. When she starts pointing it out, that's when I'm like, all right, it must be an actual issue if she's actually starting to, make comments about it. It's encroached upon my face, which triggers my dislike for my face being covered. Well, that's really not good then. Bust clarity. I like that term, Axel. It's a good term. Let's see. Cameron says, but it's $31 for a haircut plus a beard trim, which I need to. Yuck. Ain't got no money for that. That is a lot of money. I am very glad my sister-in-law went to whatever it's called, beauty school or whatever it's called. I know there's an actual term for it. And for some reason, cosmetology, that's the word. She went to cosmetology school and yeah, and she's got all the stuff and I was gonna say she happily does it for free. I hope she's happy to do it for free. If not, I will have to start paying her. Anyway, she does it for free for like any of us family members. So luckily I can just go there and be like, hey, I need a haircut. And she's like, cool, let me help you out with that. But yeah, the few times that I've had to go and actually pay for a haircut, I'm just like, I'm just going to let this thing grow because it is absolutely ridiculous. Because yeah, it's like haircuts are ridiculously expensive. And then at the end, they're like sitting there like holding their hand out, wanting a tip. And I'm just like, I already just paid you like $29 for this haircut. And now you want like $10 in tips. It gets crazy. It's absolutely nuts. So, but it is very relaxing. I absolutely love having people like anything with my hair. Like if someone's just like playing with my hair, combing my hair, cutting my hair, I'm just like this. It's amazing. It's so relaxing. I love it. I didn't add music to my game and probably won't add any in the future. That is totally fine. I mean, not every game needs music. It's gonna be all right. I'm letting my hair grow out and competitively shave and completely shave my face. All right, so you're just kind of going with a nice reverse. I like it. But I also don't have money for that. That's true. Tell us if you want music. I make music. That's true. Axel makes music, and Axel is absolutely fantastic. Angel says, my mother does hairdressing, and my long hair does not require it often, but the beard I do myself. Yeah, I'm probably either going to have to, like, learn how to maintain this whatever I've got, or just shave it eventually. Probably will do that, actually. I'm not planning to add music in my game, only sound effects. Fair. You should make that a temporary buff called post-bust clarity. If you bust, your next hand deals a +2 damage or something. I do like that. Cameron says, last hair trim I got it styled for the first time. I styled it after a Spirit in Sky. I liked it. So next time I'm gonna do that again. It's a good way to go. Do you have a timer for the game jam? Oh, actually, I think it might. I think it might be over. Oh man, look at that. Negative 15 minutes and almost 16 minutes. All right, well, there we go. That means officially, I think, let's refresh. Oh my gosh, they've already rated 9 games. Woo. Yeah, so we ended with 286 entries. Man, oh man. Not too bad, not too bad. Although, hold up. 286 entries. 173 for Windows. I'm like 99% sure it said it had to have a Windows version included, like an actual download. That could be disqualifying for some people. That would be sad. That would be really sad, actually. If someone like went through all the trouble, got it all working, and then just had it be play in browser and didn't include a Windows download. Hopefully that's not the case. I kind of wish I could see the ratings though, because I can't actually see what has been rated and what hasn't been. I mean, I'm sure I'll get some kind of notification once mine is rated, right? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Moonman is a dog confirmed. I also love that stuff. The fact that my trims are restrained. Wait, stims are restrained in the chair makes me relax a bit. Fair. Most of my games, especially game jam ones, have no music or sound effects. It's a lot of extra work. Like, you don't really think about it, but it is a lot of extra work to actually get that kind of stuff in the game and working right. Probably not the same one. I'll actually look at my in-game closest and see what works. A lot of my hairs I own aren't compatible with medium hair. Time to eat, time to sleep, I'm assuming. Good night, everyone. Good night, Angel. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Sleep. Keep up the good work. See you next time. Yeah. Hope you have a fantastic evening. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Action Moon Man is 3 wiener dogs in a trench coat. We established this. That is true. We did establish. I am 3 wiener dogs in a trench coat. Yep. That is 100% accurate. But yeah, this is a lot of entries. I like it. I absolutely love it. Here's what I wonder though. Lemon. Okay. Whew. I was a little bit worried that it was going to say that it was disqualified already. It's not. It's not yet, so that's good. This is your submission. You are not allowed to rate it. Aw, other participants of the game jam will rate your project here. That's fair. That is fair. Oh man, they even say how long ago it was submitted. 5 days and 10 hours before the deadline. That is true. That is true. It was. Although that's kind of funny. It tells you when it was submitted, but it doesn't tell you, because if I go here, my latest update was actually 23 hours ago. So that means I could have submitted it, and then I could have kept updating it as time went on. All right, fair enough. Anyway, yes, there's all sorts of games in here. I guess we'll see. So I guess at this point, we now know it is Lemonade on Main Street against 286 others. So long as we don't come in 286th place, I'll be happy. I will be happy about that. But, yeah. There's almost kind of a part of me that like wants to go through and actually look at some of these games. Then again, some of them make me nervous, like this one that has 0 screenshots, and you can download it, and it is 1.5 megabytes. I don't know why that always that makes me nervous to see it. I'm just like, okay. Like, I know you can strip a lot out of RPG Maker to make something really small. But like, even, let's find Lemonade. Even Lemonade on Main Street, right? There it is. Even Lemonade on Main Street, if you go to download it, it is 70 megabytes. And I stripped so much out of that game. Not sure I added back the music and there's quite a few pictures, but like, even still, it's like, mine is very stripped down compared to your average RPG Maker game. Like if I come over here and we go to, where would I have that saved? G drive? Steam? Nope. F drive? Steam? Nope. E drive? Steam. Steam apps. Common. RPG Maker. MV. New data. So yeah, even in here, if we look at the new data, just a fresh RPG Maker project is 385 megabytes. So, I hope you can understand why I would be a little bit nervous when I click on this and it's 1.5 megabytes. I'm like, is that actually an RPG Maker game? I don't know. That I really hope that all the judges have some kind of like VM or something, or really good virus protection that they're going to be installing all of these on. Yeah, 1.7 megabytes. I mean, it could be an actual game, but that would make me nervous. Anyway, yeah, there's some really cool, eye-catching looking things in here. So we will see what actually happens. I guess time will tell. Yeah, some really good stuff looking in here. Yeah, see that's more of what I was expecting, like 300-ish megabytes. That is what I would expect for an RPG Maker game. Boot up sequence. I like that. Looks fun. Yeah, about 200 megabytes. Anyway, oh my gosh, they've already got 16 ratings in. They are just flying through this stuff. Holy crap. All right, well, I worry though. Like, I almost want to say maybe over on Twitch we do our voting. I don't know. Maybe we'll just let it go and let it fly by and we'll see what happens. I like this very original name. MV RPG Maker Game Jam 2025. 3 hours before the deadline. Woo! They barely made that in. Oh yeah, this is another one where it's if you've reached this page, you've already had a taste of game dev. It's an exciting, lonely, introspective journey, even when using RPG Maker. I like how it's even when using RPG Maker. Revisit your journey into this year's game jam and get creative. All right. I kind of want to look at this one. Should we look at this one really quick? Let's do it. Just really quick. This is another one that I kind of worry about. Okay. No music. There are sounds, though. You like RPG Maker? Does it remind you of your childhood? Kind of does, actually. You'll never get it back. Maybe you should move on. Screw that, let's make a game. You have 30 days to complete it. Remember the rules. Happiness creates a better game. Health creates happiness. Get money. Your time starts now. It is day 1. It's the morning. What do you want to do? Make games, play games, have a shower. Make games, of course. You work diligently on this game that will definitely exist. Huh. You have a text. Hop on VC, accompanied by a gif of a bunch of little guys. Hang out with your friends online? No, let's focus. Huh. Okay, so it is a game about making a game for the game dev jam. That is interesting. I really like that idea. Huh. Well, alrighty. Alright, we're not gonna play the whole thing. But that's kind of exciting. I actually do really like that idea. That is actually a very interesting idea. I don't think I would have ever thought about doing you're making a game about making a game for a game jam. It's a good time. It's a good time. Oh, let's see here. Exams are here, need to study. I will be gone soon, but I will try to be here next time. Tossin, good luck with your exams. Hopefully they all go well. And yeah, would absolutely love to see you in the next one. Just blindly download everything and run it like a grandma. No, I won't do it, Jesse. I absolutely will not do that. Never. You can't make me. I'm sure they are going to use a VM. It'd be irresponsible not to. Yeah, I would hope that people downloading, I mean, potentially like 286 random things. Because here's the thing, right? Like say for example, you know, if I come over here, so we got Lucid, right? We got this Lucid one. If I download this one, I just want to see. Let's open up this file. Wait a minute. Hold up. Did they? Oh no. Oh, this poor guy. This poor SV23. I found out why it's 1.52 megabytes. They uploaded the executable. And that was it. Oh, that's... Now I will actually feel bad. I will actually feel bad if this is like an actual game that they spent a lot of time making and they only uploaded game.exe. Okay, I'm no longer worried about that anymore, but now I feel bad. I feel bad for, because that probably means if we pull this up and we come over here to, so you had Lucid and then Mirrored, which is also, wait, no, that's 188 megabytes. What was the other one? There was another one that was like nothing. Was it Rogue PG? Nope, that one's 116 megabytes. Whatever the other one was that was also like 1.5 megabytes, I'm like pretty sure that means that it was also just they uploaded the exe and there's nothing else with it. Ooh, that's sad. Well, I mean, so for anyone who's confused, you know, that I keep saying, oh, they only uploaded the exe, like, so the exe is the executable for the game, for anyone who's not sure what the exe means. So basically, what their game folder is supposed to look like is this. So this is the exe, this is the game executable, but this is just the program itself. Like, it cannot do anything without the rest of all of this. Like, it will do nothing without all of that. Oh no. I just realized something that I did that I hope is not going to be disqualifying. Wait, no, there's credits. Wait, is it actual? Wait, what? Okay, no, that's not the actual credits. Huh. Anyway, I was supposed to include a credits, like, notepad or something like that in here to actually show the credits. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's not disqualifying. Anyway, yeah, so this is what their folder should have looked like. Not just this, but it actually needs all of this stuff. So, yeah, that's kind of frustrating. I completely forgot to put that in there. Anyway, we have been sidetracked for way too long. We are going to move on. Yeah, we're gonna move on. Hopefully all this goes well. All the ratings and all that stuff like that. Look at that, they're already at 20. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Anyway, okay, let's get back to Tomb of Versilius. Let's get back to it. Let's actually focus on what we're supposed to focus here on the dev stream. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little bit nervous now that I know that they're going to be doing their judging. So a little bit nervous about that. Okay, here we go. Finally download VMs. Now they're playing a game about making games instead of making a game. Dawson says bye-bye. Hopefully I think I did tell you goodbye. I hope I did. Yes, I did. I did. Okay, that's right. That risk of getting hacked makes me sad, and remember Thor's jam had him going on and publicly making disclaimers saying, don't go play other people's games, it's not worth the risk. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm surprised that they are, like, requiring it be played in... Well, I'm surprised, but I guess I'm not. Because here's the thing. You can use any of the RPG Maker engines for this game jam, and so you could be using RPG Maker 2000, 2003, XP, VX, VX Ace, any of those... You cannot export to web. It only exports to, like, as an exe, like to a Windows platform. It may be slightly different with VX and VX Ace, but if I remember right, I don't think you can export to web in VX and VX Ace. So it kind of makes sense that they would want people to have a Windows version, but I don't understand why they actually said it's required to have a Windows. Platform requirements. A Windows-compatible build must be provided so the judges and community can evaluate your game. And then additional platforms, Mac, Linux, web, etc. are welcome but not required. I feel like web should be the one that is the most sought after. Like, hey, please, with anything you can, make it in web. Like, make it playable on the website. Because that way, like, there shouldn't be any risk. Or at least it's very much so mitigated. And then if you have to do Windows or Mac or Linux or something like that, then do that. But that's kind of what I would have expected, but I don't know. I don't know. Because of how, because of how big his jam is. Yeah, it does suck. Wait, what about the honestly? I need to make my game better. Well, maybe next week. Maybe next time. Tossin, I will not be able to play it tonight, but hopefully I'll be able to play it here in the next day or two. So, yes. Cameron says, I had the same thing happen. I went to find my lore crafting obsidian vault in my phone, found it blank. Ooh, that's not good. Messed around with folders and then went to set the vault in the new folder, was freaking storing it on OneDrive, not iCloud Drive. Moral of the story, don't use Git to duplicate your folders. It's not worth it. Fair. That is fair. Probably so they can put it on a virtual, a VN. Web really should be the primary version because how people will play it. Yeah, and that's, I mean, but again, maybe it's just they're going for the most VM. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant, but then I was like, I'll just say VN because that's what was said. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, it's probably just because all of their platforms can export to Windows, but not all platforms can export to web. They're probably just like, make it Windows, and then if you want to do web as well. A virtual nation? Exactly, the virtual nation. Loki says, most are done in web, at least the ones I have seen, although I would imagine they run them on VMs. Yeah, I would hope that is the case, actually, so, because yeah, it's, you can do some damage if you're just submitting something that other people think is just a game jam game, and if you just include some fun-looking screenshots, it would be an easy way to get people to download your virus and install it and run it, thinking it's part of the game jam. So, a virtual nation, what's that? Well, you see, in the virtual nations, it's virtualized, and so it's more efficient. So it's better. Efficiency equals better. All right. Okay. All right. All of that done, set aside. Also, I did just notice it does say voting ends in 29 days and 23 hours, 24 minutes, and 27 seconds. That's a lot of 20s. So, I don't know if it would mean anything. I don't know if this comes into effect at all, but wait a minute, flip the knife. Holdeth the phoneth. Okay. I mean, I do some crazy things with RPG Maker. I don't think this was made with RPG Maker. This, maybe I'm judging too quickly and too harshly. I don't think this was made with RPG Maker. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't think at all. It could have been, maybe someone went absolutely crazy, but I don't think. It's a mobile game. That's an APK file. Yeah. And you can export to mobile with RPG Maker. I mean, you have to actually go into like Android Studio and package the APK. And again, like, you know, you look at that and it's like, could it be possible to do an RPG Maker? Yes. I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is. Anyway, well, I don't know if it would mean anything, but hold up. Oh, wait a minute. There isn't a second page, is there? Okay, I think I just needed to load them. Okay, good. I was really worried that they like disqualified my game for some reason. For you. Anyway, well, I don't know if it would mean anything in the end when it comes down to judges and all that fun stuff, but if anyone felt so inclined and wanted to go see it and vote. If anyone's feeling so inclined. You definitely don't have to. And again, I don't think that it will actually mean anything. I believe the judges come in and they'll do their own voting and everything's based off of that. But you can go in and vote for other people's games. So maybe there's something there. Anyway, but if you feel so inclined to vote for it, there's a link. So yeah, good times. All right. Now we're actually moving on. We're getting back to our roots. Actual game dev. Instead of just looking at game jams and chatting. Let's see here. Being short for visual novel or dating sim. Oh, that's true. That's true. That is short for VN. You're gonna win. Oh, that's actually a connotation to that. Okay. Yeah. You're gonna win. I know that. Thank you, Axel. I appreciate that. That's an already made mobile game. Yeah, and that's kind of where I was like, I don't think that's gonna work out. I don't think that was made with RPG Maker, and I think someone snatched a mobile game and submitted it. I have seen a few like that already, so I wouldn't be past the realm of possibilities that someone would have done that. Again, I don't understand why someone would, but it's a possibility. You can only rate games if you submit it to the jam or the host. Well, never mind. I guess that's not going to be happening, so oh well. That makes sense, though. That would make sense, so you can't just have a whole bunch of people come in and vote, so fair enough. I think Ferris, Ye's party member, loves her. Does look like a junk game. Sorry we can't inflate your score. I know, it's so sad. I was really hoping. I was hopeful, but would not happen. Okay, so we are testing out the busting. That's what we're testing out right now. Go to the mini boss. This is the absolutely horrifying mini boss. Okay, so if we draw again, so here's what should happen. If we bust, wait, is anything actually going to happen? I think it's just gonna. Okay, well that does. I mean, I guess yeah, that's probably all we really need to have happen. Because if you bust, it shouldn't matter what the monster has. You busted, and so you just lose. You get damaged. They empty their cards. You empty your cards. Yeah. All right. Cool. Okay, so that's good. So then what we need to do is we need to figure out the actual attack. Because right now when we attack, nothing happens, which is good. It's currently in a loop. Okay, so we already have that set up. Let's close that. Come back over here. Let's figure out. Yes, so when you try and attack, if you're in a mini boss, turns on self-switch C, and then puts us in a loop. where it just waits for self-switch C to finish. Okay, so easy enough. So over here, self-switch C, parallel process. Let's figure this out. Moves the picture, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So I think what we need to do is we need to say, move this picture. Excuse me. We're going to have it just do a very simple flipping animation. So go to like 3% width. Wait for like 10 frames. Let's also change this. So it's going to be quad out. Does that. And then shows the card based on these. I guess we can actually probably get rid of this. Yes. Okay. You're going to show picture layer 38. You're going to be card plus 511 plus dash plus 501 at 828 619. I'm going to show you at 3% width, 100% height. There we go. All right, perfect. And then we just need to move the picture again to a 100% width. We're going to change you from quad out to quad in. Okay, so it should flip that card over. Fantastic. Now, where are we putting the value of these cards? I know what's happening in here. So we're saying mini boss first card backup equals that. Okay. So then basically what we need to say is before we flip that, we now need to say the 522 and 501. So we need to say 501 is equal to 522. Yes. That should be all we need to do. We just swap that value because 501 would have been equal to 0. That would have been equal to whatever the card draw was. So basically you just need to say this is now equal to whatever the card draw was. Yeah, that should be good. So that way it will show you the value of the monster's card. It'll flip the card over. And then let's just wait for some time. And then let's just see what it looks like. It's not going to look pretty, as long as it's functional. Because again, like the whole like flipping underneath the card, not that great, but wow, that is so far from the spawn. I mean, we can move fast without the monsters, but let's see if we can get a slightly closer spawn. So 36 and 41. Perfect. Maybe. Oh my gosh. Ooh, that was a nightmare. Okay, here we go. Come in here. Ooh, I got a blackjack. Not bad. Okay, so this is when I try and attack. So this is when I stay or hold, whatever it's called in blackjack. Why is that flipped? That should not be flipped. Okay, well, yeah, that's not what I want to see. Okay. Is it just because I got a blackjack? If that's the case, we need to look into that. 151. This is in 18. A little bit too far. 27. 52. Whatever. Okay. We didn't get a blackjack, so that's good at least. So if we do this, it should flip the card, show it here. Didn't. It did not. Okay, why did it not? 501 is now equal to 11. Well. Oh wait, what value are you showing? Let's go 7. where's the gauge? Gauge is, oh, and it just slipped. Pitch gauge, 9 of 18. Zero of 10. 2 of 10. 0 of 25. 2 of 25. 9 over 18. 10 out of 10. 0 out of 50. Okay, so it's this 9 over 18. What the freak is 9 over 18? So you're equal to 82 plus 2. You're 35 plus 82. So 82 plus 2, huh? Out of 18. Okay, so this bar is right. Oh, wait. 11 out of 18. Okay, so the current value is 35, and then you are 35 plus 82. And then you are 82 plus 2. I don't know what the plus 2 is. And then the max value is 35 plus 82. Okay, so we need 82. Okay, all right. That makes sense. So we need 82 to actually get added to. Let's do that. Diva says, why do the cards look so dark? Oh, it's because I had the HUD maker on, and it kind of like dims the screen behind it, and then only highlights the like the gauges and the numbers and things like that. So they're not normally that dark. This is how they should normally look. But yeah, that's why they were looking like that. Okay, so I think what we need to do then is we need to copy all of this. It flips it. And we need to say card 1. This is going to say 501. Greater than or equal to 2, and 501 is less than or equal to 10. Say between 2 and 10. And then we'll say 82 add 501. Yeah. And if 501 is greater than or equal to 11, and 501 is less than or equal to 13, then you are a jack through a king. So you would add 10. No, set card value 1 to 10, and then add monster total card value plus 501. Okay. And then if you are equal to 1, which means you are an ace, then we're going to say set monster mini boss value, mini boss card 1 value to equal 11. Then 82 add 11. Okay, that should actually get that gauge all working, so we should be good to go there. Let's give it a try, see what happens. The mini boss is in room 27. That is very convenient. There we go. And so if we click here, it should flip the card, add to that. We have 16. Perfect. Okay. Again, very janky. It's not great, but eventually we'll come through here, we'll beautify all the animations and all that fun stuff. We just want things functional. But I guess we could maybe do something like, reduce this down to like 580, and then show you at 580. And then flip you back to 619. Probably gonna look a little weird because it's gonna like bounce up, flip, and come down. May even look even worse than it did before. But we'll see what happens. So 36 is 54. Eh. Whoops. Gotta go this way. And then this. Yeah, that looks even worse. Let's just leave it as is. We'll figure it out eventually. We'll get there. We will get there. The beautification will come into play eventually, and it'll all be good. That is a future Kevin problem, and he can deal with it. Okay, so it actually does all of that. Now, what do we want to do? What are the rules of Blackjack? For the dealer. The dealer... Oh, also, Devious Oatmeal. Welcome. Glad you're here. How's your evening going? I completely forgot to even say anything aside from just answering your question. Okay, so it does that. Flips it all, gets all the information there. Fantastic. And then we will say conditional branch. $82, which is the monster total card value. If you are less than 17, because anything under 17, the dealer, I believe, has to draw again. So, monster draws. Else, if the value is equal to 17, actually, I'm pretty sure if it is equal to or greater than 17, then the monster just has to stay. Pretty sure that's what it is. So we actually don't need a else. We don't need that second condition. It's just the else. So if you are less than 17, the monster will have to play again. And then anything else. So if you are greater than or equal to 17, then monster stays. Yeah. That should be it. Man. Devious Oatmeal says, I'm well, chowing down on some pizza and just got off work. Very nice. I am jealous. I could 100% go for a pizza right now. That sounds really good. I am doing great. Today we've gotten a little bit sidetracked with, chatting about and looking at game jam stuff, but we're making good progress. We finally found the bug that we were struggling with last week, and we've got that fixed, so it's getting better. It's getting better. All right. So what do we need to do if the monster needs to draw? This needs to be... Well, we basically need to do this again. No, we need to do this stuff again. Yes. So let's loop this here then. And then in the loop, this is where we have the conditional branch. That way, if you are still less than 17, it'll loop back down and do all this fun stuff. So, if you are less than 17, then we're going to say conditional branch. If 82, no. $81, okay. So if 81 is equal to 2, we're going to say draw card 3. Basically, this just says 503. So mini boss card 3 value, set it to a random number between 1 and 13. Suit 3 between 1 and 4. And then this would be card 40. Show card 40 to be 513 and 503. Yes, there we go. And you're gonna show. Yes, showing should be fine. Now, what about the actual movement of the card? So this one moves to 828 and then 796. So what is 828 minus 796? That is 32 pixels. Okay. So all we need to do is say it has shown card number 2 at 796 minus 32, so 764. Yeah, so move you to 764. Wait for 5 frames. Turn on monster cards, draw +1. Okay. And then I think we need to say jump to label start of loop. And on the loop, we're going to create a label called start of loop. That way, when it finishes here, it goes back to the top and then it checks. Is the monster still less than 17 on their card value? Wait. No. Oh, sorry. Oh boy, what have I missed? What have I missed? Let's see here. I need a camera. Let's see, Cameron's phone. New phone, charging cable better work well. You have a, oh, is your current charging cable not super great? That's not good. I'm sorry. It says, darn, I was gonna game for a bit, but I'm exhausted and likely to fall asleep at my desk. Gonna bail early. Good luck, Moon Man. Thank you for being here, Jesse. I appreciate that. Go get some sleep. I completely understand that. I don't know what it is about this weekend, but it was absolutely exhausting. There is a chance I might also dip out slightly early this stream, just for heads up for everyone. I don't know what it was, but like this weekend was just exhausting. So Amazon Basics hasn't done me bad at all. After all, Amazon owns Anchor. Oh, really? I feel like I knew that, but I must have forgotten. I do love Anchor. Anchor products are absolutely fantastic. Most of my chargers are Anchor chargers, and I love them. So hopefully it'll do well for you. Hopefully. I will say, probably the best thing about Easter, robin eggs. They're so good. That's probably like my favorite Easter candy. What about all y'all people out there? Any favorite candies? I mean, specifically Easter, but any in general. The non-shell robin egg specifically. Wait, the non-shell. I don't know what those. It's like the ones that aren't like this. That is probably a horrible color to be using because it looks the exact same color as my fingers. Like an M&M. Oh. I don't think I have any of those. The ones that I like are the ones that are like the Whoppers. You know, where it's got, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Yeah, it's got like the Whopper in the center. I don't know. I've always liked those ones. Like, they're really good. Okay, so we need to actually draw card 3. And then we need to check card. Yes, that's what we need to do. Cameron says, I bought a MagSafe battery pack, works well. Wish I had enough money to buy a higher wattage. Yeah, that is kind of nice to have though. But a higher wattage one would be better as well. Yeah, I usually charge my phone slower anyway, just because it's better for the battery. I actually usually 100% avoid wireless charging and then like fast charging, just so that it doesn't heat up the battery so much that it lasts longer. That's just me. So, you know. But it is always nice to have one just in case. I had some white chocolate Reese's eggs earlier. Those are so good. I really like white chocolate too. Like, I don't know what it is about white chocolate. I have to be in the right mood because it is like so sweet, but it is really good stuff. Malted, yeah. Oh, that's true. That's what they're called, malted. White chocolate is my favorite chocolate. Cue the hater saying that white chocolate is not chocolate. I will never be that kind of hater. I absolutely love white chocolate, but it is extremely sweet. And so, yeah, if I'm not feeling the extra sweetness, then I have a hard time choosing it. But yeah, if I'm craving chocolate, it's usually white chocolate. I cycle my battery so much that I don't care about health. That's fair. That is fair. And Devious Summer says, I hate those personally. Love the Whopper ones. Okay. Wait, it's like the ones that I have, like the Whopper ones. It literally isn't chocolate. Okay, from a technical standpoint, I have to agree. It isn't chocolate technically, but it is called white chocolate. So, you know, you gotta go with what the marketing people tell you, right? Who am I to deny what they call it? But that is true. Technically, from a technical standpoint, it is not. Okay. Check our 3 values, what we're going to call this one. All right, so we are checking 503 if it's greater than or equal to 2, and if 503 is less than or equal to 10, that means it is 2 through 10. And so all you will say is just add it to the monster total card value from 503. There we go. And if 503 is greater than or equal to 11, and if 503 is less than or equal to 13, say the mini boss card 3 value is going to equal 10, and then that is going to equal that. Last but not least, if card 3 is equal to 1, that means you're an ace, and so the value will be equal to 11. Yeah, equal to 11. And then set the monster total card value to equal plus 11. Okay, yeah, all of that is correct. Sweet. Cameron says, I was away or so from where Jelly Belly lives, Fairfield, California. Oh wait, my favorite candy of all time, Belly Jellies. Fun fact, I live 2 hours away from where Jelly Bellies lives. Oh, okay, all right. Jelly Bellies are very good. I do really like Jelly Bellies. It's been a while since I've had them, but they are really good. The pear Jelly Bellies, oh, those ones are so good. I don't know what it is about those. I mean, I love pears, but just something about the flavor of, like, the artificial flavor of their pear Jelly Bellies, so good. I don't know what they do to them. They're so good. Divisoma says, next you'll say, coconut milk is great for cereal. Ugh, absolutely not. I mean, I know this is coming from a place of privilege, but I cannot stand any milk that's not just cow's milk. I just can't do it. Like, and any kind of like, yeah, like coconut milk, obviously like goat milk. That's, I don't know about that. But like all the different like soy milks and what the freak is the most almond milk. That almond milk, I can't do it. I just cannot do it. I've tried all sorts of different milks because you know it's like, oh, like you'll feel less bloated or whatever, and I'm just like, nope, it's not cow's milk. I don't want it. I know that for some people they can't say that because they just can't have cow's milk, but I can't stand any other kind of milk. So if I ever could not, like if I ever became lactose intolerant, that would be a rough one because I can't do any other kind of milk. I just can't. So I will never say coconut milk is a real milk or that it's great for cereal, because it is not. No other milk besides cow's milk is great for cereal. But if you can't physically have cow's milk, I understand and I sympathize. Also getting wild lag on my end or yours. Oh, looks like we should be good. Upstream is right around 6 megabits per second, so yeah, I think we should be good. I don't know. A refresh maybe? Might help, potentially. Hopefully it goes away soon. Probably me then. Yeah, I mean, unless someone else on the stream. Loki, are you still here? Maybe Autumn __. I don't know. I haven't heard from, let's see, when was the last? Oh man, all right, so Loki's not here anymore. Tragic. Yeah, I don't know who else would still be here. But Loki, are you getting any lag? Any issues? Oh my gosh. I've had this itch that's like just barely out of reach on my back almost this whole stream, and it like will go away every now and then. It'll spark back up, and I'm just like, it's terrible. It's terrible. Let's see here. You hate the pair ones? All right, Cameron. Well, you can give me all the pair ones, and I will give you everything else. There's a reason that you can buy just bags of pair ones, because they are so good. Like, that's gotta mean something. You love the licorice ones, so who am I to talk? Hey, I love licorice. Black licorice and red licorice. It's all good. I like licorice. I don't think I've actually ever really had a licorice that I haven't liked. When I was younger, you know those like candied licorice? Licorices? Let's see. What would they be called? Candied licorice. Yeah. This stuff. Yes, like this kind of licorice. When I was a kid, I would not touch it. I had no idea what it was. And I kept being told, it's like, oh, it's licorice. And I'm like, that is not licorice. I don't know what you were talking about. That is not licorice. And I would not touch it anytime it was like ever at any parties or anything like that. Would not touch it. Now, oh, this stuff is so good. I love this stuff. It's really good. Anyway. Let's see, Loki says, not that I can tell, but I'm also working on a project. Oh, well, that's fair. That's fair. I love Easter time because you can get a bag of just the black jelly beans. My wife hates it. Sometimes I feel like you gotta, every now and then, get something the wife doesn't like, just so you can be like, oh no, well, I guess I just gotta eat the whole thing. Not that I would ever do that. Ever. Not in a million years, ever. Cameron likes oat milk in their Starbucks drinks. That's fair. Switch broken again? I hope not. I hope it's not. I live in Monterey's, so I can get some of the rarer flavors at one of 3 candy shops within 10 miles. Well, lucky. We gotta have ours shipped all the way over here, so, you know. Either Albertsons isn't doing it right, or there's just one licorice in Bridge mix that sucks. What are you talking about? Loki being that guy, I got a big secret, but I won't tell. Well, I mean, that's the best part about secrets, is not telling. Okay, all right. So it draws a card. It then checks the value. Okay. I think that should be all we need to do at that point, right? So it checks the value. We don't need to check for Blackjack. Yeah, so then at that point, it would then just check again. Oh, wait. Yes, so what we need to do is say, if the monster total card value is less than 17. Okay, so 82. So we're gonna say, if game variables dot value, my gosh, 82 game variables dot value 82 is less than 17, or if game variables, oh my gosh, I cannot type tonight, dot value. So then we need to get the player's draw value. I don't know what that would be though. Let's come over here. You draw all of this. Hard total value, so 35. Okay. We just need to say down in here, or if 35. The variable 82 is not equal to game variables dot value 35. Okay, so basically what this conditional branch is saying is, has the dealer drawn less than 17, which requires them to draw more, or is the monster's draw value not equal to? We don't want not equal to. We want is the draw value less than the player's value. Because if they are less than, then they have to draw again. Okay, that makes sense. There we go. Divas Oatmeal says, is the chat split no longer used? It will be. So I started the stream and I didn't realize it for the first few minutes that the YouTube chat just was broken for some reason. I don't know why. It's very odd. I don't understand why it was. We tried to fix it. Wasn't fixed for some reason. So anyway, yeah, so we've just got the Twitch chat up here for tonight, and then I will probably sometime tomorrow be working on trying to fix the YouTube chat. I don't know why it wasn't working. I really don't know. I mean, maybe we could try. Wait, no, I hit it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try and fix it tomorrow though. So hopefully on Tuesday it'll be back. But yeah, so good times, good times. Technically, it's Andronico's, where I bought some bridge mix, but it's owned by Albertsons. Fair enough. Yeah, a lot of the different names will just kind of go over my head because I'm just like, a bunch of people own a bunch of different stuff and they all sell a bunch of different stuff. It's a good time. So technically, it sounds like you are correct. I wouldn't have known the difference though. All right. Okay, there we go. So now we are just saying all of that stuff, draw the cards, yada, yada, yada. Oh, and then we also need the else. Oh, there already is an else hand. Where the freak is the else? Okay, else. There we go. So the monster stays. Okay, cool. I guess we also need to have if the monster busts. So they draw a card. Actually, yes, the first thing they should check and see, conditional branch, is if total card value. So if you are greater than 21. If you're greater than 21, that means you have, comment, monster bust. So I believe with the monster bust, we're probably just gonna say control self switches turn on. D is on. Come on, there we go. D is on, parallel process, comment, monster bust. Monster buster. There we go. Monster buster spelled incorrectly. Cameron says, and Ronix O's, it only has 3 or 4 stores, so it's a rare Albertsons holding. Oh. According to Albertsons Company Wikipedia article anyway. Well, I've never heard of it, so I will take that and I will agree, because I wouldn't know otherwise. And Albertsons, though, I have not I have not seen an Albertsons in so long. It's sad. Okay, so that has him drawing one extra card. We're gonna need to increase that by quite a bit, but for now, one card. Okay. So I think what we can do is just paste that, and then we're just gonna say if it's equal to 3, then we'll say card draw 4. Then if 504, 1 through 13, 504, so suit, so card 4 suit, 40, oh. $39. Okay, so 38, 39. Okay, cool. So I did update that. Good. 39. Whoops. You are 40. You're 41. Okay, 41. 1. This is card variable 514 plus dash plus 504. There. You're going to move. Oh, I didn't update that. You are 40. That would have been fun and broken. 41. 76 minus 32 is 732. Go. There we go. Monster cards drawn plus 1, and then we're going to check card 4 value. So if 504 is greater than or equal to 2, and 504 is less than or equal to 10, say monster total card value plus 504 value. They're more common in my birth town, Boise, and the surrounding areas, since Boise is where you find their headquarters. Oh. I had no idea that Albertsons was headquartered in Boise. That's fair. Yeah, there used to be a decent amount in Utah as well. I feel like a lot of them have kind of closed down, though, fortunately. But I feel like it's just that way with a lot of things that aren't, well, Walmart and Target. It's kind of the big main ones. They are everywhere. Okay, and last but not least, card 4 value. Ace, card 4 value equals 11. Monster total card value is equal plus 11. There we go. Start of loop. Okay, so that is now being able to draw 2 extra cards to get up to the point where they equal enough. So once they have done that, then the monster stays. So if the monster stays, I mean, I think we can probably just rely on most of what... This would basically be what busting will be considered, right? So yeah, and where's that handled? Over here. 8, yada, bust. Wonder if we can somehow utilize this section here. I feel like we've got to be able to. They're being damaged. I feel like we'll figure out all of those animations later. Yeah, we'll figure all of that out later. So for now, we're just going to do this bust animation. Because all of this is already happening, right? I think what we'll do think we should be fine on all of this. So all of that should have been done already. Yes, I think we should just be good to turn on B. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's find that script call, because I will not ever be able to remember that. Okay, so we're turning on event 6's B. Here. Down. So the monster stays. We're just going to control script. Turn on 6B to true. Then I think we should be able to... We should just be able to turn off all the self switches. Yeah. Yeah, so I think at that point we should just be able to say, hey, control variables, set value, 501 through 522. 501 through 522, set it to 0. Then we're going to say turn off A, B, and C. There we go. Cameron says, out here it's ran by a regional company named Save Mart. Albertson's story is quite interesting. I swear, use Obsidian or another personal knowledge software to organize your brain, Moonman. No, my brain cannot be organized. I've tried. It doesn't work. My brain is way too all over the place. Okay, so it turns off all those. So turn off the switches, turn off all of the... resets all the variables, turns off all the self switches. I think that should be all we need. That is specifically when the monster stays, not necessarily when the monster busts. So loop, start of loop. Let's just add like a 30 frame wait there. Should be good. Alright, where is the mini boss? Mini boss is room 16. Let's head there. Ooh, that is dangerous. Okay, but so if we say we stay, of course, friggin' monster busts. So what happens if the monster busts? At that point, we basically just need to take into account the attack button, right? Yeah. Yeah. So at that point, we should just be able to say, hey, if monster busts, don't turn on D. Actually, yeah. Yeah, don't turn on D. Just turn on switch MB bust. And then down here in this loop, conditional branch, if the switch MB bust is on, D is a horrible variable for monster busting. Say, this is the last one that I had though. I had no other choices. To be fair though, I did I did get rid of that one, though. I'm no longer using the D for that. I'm now using a regular switch just called MB Bust. But yes, the D is no longer in use. Yeah. Cameron says, well, neither can mine, but writing your mappings would help with the W2F moment. Yeah, but sometimes those WTF moments just make it so much more exciting. Just for you to be like, what? I don't know. Maybe one of these days I will get a little bit better about writing notes about, you know, what's doing what and why I'm doing what. This is not that day, though. That day is eventually coming, but for now, no. Okay. So if Monster Bust is on, then I think what we should be able to do is we should just be able to basically do this exact same thing. Yeah. Turn all of that, and then we break the loop that you're in. And then it should go through all of this. Yeah. I think. What makes them draw their cards, though? A is off. Okay, so don't turn off A then. We don't want to turn that off. Just B and C. Same thing goes for you. Do not turn off A. Don't turn off A. No, turn off A. And then at the bottom here, Dead Monsters off. Oh my gosh. That's not gonna work. I just realized I'm telling it to turn its own self switches off. Alright, this is for 15, event 15. Alright, so 9:15 A false. Oh boy. Alright, so 15, so A false, B false, and C false. Those, let's copy that, and then down here at the end, as long as Dead Monster is off, then we're going to say 9:15A is true. Okay. Let's see what happens there. Is it all gonna work? Probably not. Am I gonna hope? Oh, so much hope. So much hope. Nothing but the hopest in here. Okay. 20 and 8. If I stay, that means that he will need to draw up to 20. 18, 26. So they bust. Where's the bust? Monster Bust. Turn on Monster Bust. Okay. Turns on MB Bust. Attack button. If MB Bust is on, break the loop, and then it should do all of this stuff. Hmm. $14. Okay, so 11 and 5. If I stay, that should make it pretty easy for him, right? 15. 17. Okay. So he drew. Right, right. I guess technically he shouldn't have to keep drawing so long as he is greater than. Okay. So actually, we do need two separate conditions. We basically just need to say, so 82 and 35. So we need to say conditional branch. 82 is less than 35. Okay, and then let's cut that and put it in there. Let's do an else handler. Right? The first thing we need to check is see, is the monster's draw higher than the player's? If it is, okay, this is if it's less than. We want to say less than or equal to. Because if the player has the same value, we've decided we're going to just give it to the player. Like the ties will be beat by or won by the player. So if you're less than or equal to card total value. So that means, yeah. And then an else handler. So then we also need to say, and where would the 17 minimum come into play? So if the player has 11, and then the dealer draws up to 12, we shouldn't require the dealer to keep drawing until they hit 17, because it's like, well, they've already, they've already beat the player. Yeah, so I think we can actually just say, as long as the monster's card value is still lower than the player's card value, then do this. And then as soon as it's not, then we do everything else. Okay. Cut that. Of course. Paste that in there. And then in here, let's cut that. Delete that. Paste that. Okay. So what happens at this point? New game. It's in room 44. Okay, well, I had blackjack, so that's exciting. Okay, so I've got 12, he's got 16. I can't do that because I'm lower than him. But I also can't draw. Why is the drawing not working? Oh, man. Okay. You. And then, as long as 14 is equal to false, what is 14? Hit monster. As long as 15 is equal to false. Dead monster. Is 14 equal to false? Should be. Draw pile. Released. Turn on Draw cards. Okay. So why was it? What? All right, let's just hope we don't get a blackjack this time so we can test a little bit better. Room 4. I mean, not having the monsters definitely does make this a lot easier. Okay, so 13 and 10. We should be able to stay. They'll flip their card. 14. Why is he not attacking? Okay. But I can still draw. What the freak is happening? Oh my gosh. Okay. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to be doing? This is saying monster total card value is less than or equal to the total card value. So if the monster hasn't drawn above what you have, but as soon as they do, then this is the else handler. So control switches, turn 9-6B to true. Nine, 6, B to true. But that's not right. We don't want 9B to be true. Oh wait, yes we do. The question is, Monster Blackjack is on. Okay, we don't need that. This should be... because this is basically the exact same functionality as the player busting. It is just the monster attacking them, and that's what we should be able to use. Let's just say for kicks and giggles, additional branch, the variable 82 is greater than card's total value. Then we're going to flash the screen white. No, red. That means the monster is attacking. And if not, flash it white. That means you have... it's not attacking. Let's just see where we're making it in here. 36 is 46. Okay, does that once. So we should be able to say we stand 16. Okay, so flash red, which means that it is getting to here. Okay, that's odd, but all right. So we're definitely getting in here. So what is breaking things? If Monster Blackjack is on, that should not be on. So that shouldn't matter at all. Label, start. All of that, yada, yada, yada. Oh, okay. I see what's happening now. I see what's happening here. So basically, right here, this is just saying, hey, if your card total value is greater than 21, run through all of this. But all of this is running if the card value is equal to greater than or equal to 21. No, just greater than 21. Which we don't want. So we're going to have it say, if the monster's total card value is greater than the player's total card value, then jump to label MB attack. Jump to MB attack. And I think right here we can say label MB attack. Okay. That makes so much more sense. New game, here we go, yada yada yada. And what room are we going to? 8. So I'm at 16. Let's see what happens. 13, 23. That's not right. Okay, so we still need to put in the condition where if they draw more than me, but if they bust, then I win. So 12, 16. Okay. Okay to a point. We need to erase image layers. Let's see. Cameron says, gotta go, getting late. See ya. No worries at all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And yeah, it definitely is getting a little late. So hope you have a fantastic evening though. And hopefully we'll see you on the Tuesday stream. So till then, good luck. Farewell. So we also need to erase image layer 41. 38 through 41. Over here. Or the monster hand. Okay, so 38, 39, 40, 41. We'll just have to keep adding to that as we go. But, yeah, that should be... I guess we can also implement the not having them attack. Yeah, so the first thing it should check is if the mini boss total card value is greater than 21. And turn on MB bust. And I believe if we turn that on, come in here, monster bust. Okay. So that should make it so that if the monster busts, they get hurt. 13. How do I get there? There we go. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one for him. I guess he's probably going to bust, so it should damage him, right? Nope, damaged me still. All right, that's cool. I'll stay at 19. Shouldn't be getting damaged, but okay. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, so that makes sense that I get damaged there, but why, when he busts, am I getting damaged? Turn on MB bust. I guess we'll also just say exit event processing too. Yeah, so if 521. MB total card value. Oh dear. I forgot that I had two separate variables for the monsters and the mini bosses. Ooh. Okay. Turn on in the mini boss. Turn on C. Loop. Mini boss bust is okay, so that's fine. So 521 is greater than or equal to 21. No, if you're just greater than 21. Monster bust. Turn on monster bust. This is if monster bust is on. Hmm. 26. It's gonna be a tough one for him to beat. But why? Why do you keep attacking me? I should be attacking you, Monsieur Mini Boss 1. Okay, so it's drawing the cards. Does all the checks, assigns the values. Yeah, there's the problem though. So we've got monster cards drawn is 81. Mini boss total card value. I'm using things like interchangeably for some bad reason. This needs to be 521. We shouldn't be using 81, it needs to be 521. So the mini boss total card value. Oh, but that's monster cards drawn. I think that should be fine to use is the monster cards drawn. But what we don't want to have happen is 521 equals card 1 value. And then if 501 is greater than or equal to 11. Okay, 501. Okay. And for 502, 502, monster total card value, 82. Okay, we don't want to be using 82 though. We want to be using 521. So anywhere it says 82, it needs to be 521. $82 is 521. $82 is 521. $82, 521. Monster total card value is 5-1. Two, 1. $82 is 521. 521. Two is 521. 521. Okay. Let's take a look. 41. $10 and 0. What? Oh no. I forgot. The whole reason why I was using variable 82, even though I have mini boss and monster things separately, I was using 82 because all these gauges use that variable. Yeah. Okay, well. Guess we're going back and switching those back. Good times. Here I was thinking I was getting close to finishing that freaking bug. On the bright side, it wasn't anything too crazy. Still sucks, but at least it wasn't anything too crazy. And this variable gets referenced a lot. Okay. Well, that should at least put it back to where it was. Still have no idea why I can't get damaged when I bust. Or no. I'm supposed to be damaging the monster when they bust. That's right. What the crap was that? Okay. What? What? What is happening? Okay. We are very broken. We fixed 2 bugs and 5 more take their place. I don't think my brain can focus on bugs anymore tonight. I think we might have to call it there. And just hope that we can figure more stuff out. I mean, we got a decent amount figured out. Don't get me wrong. We made some decent progress. But definitely could have been better. We got pretty distracted. There was a lot going on. And yeah, I mean, we're getting close. We're getting closer. We just need to work out those last few bugs. Make it so that when the monster busts, it actually attacks him and not me. Yeah, we're gonna get there. I feel like next stream we will have the mini boss completely done, and we'll be able to exit the floor and move on to the next one. And yeah, it should be a good time. So, but again, yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. It's been quite the run, been quite the night, but got a lot done. Got some good stuff created, a couple bugs fixed, introduced 10 more bugs, and yeah, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna make some good progress on Tuesday, the next stream. So anyway, well, with that, I hope everyone has an absolutely fantastic evening, or I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Cameron, I thought you were leaving a while ago. Well, I hope you have a good night, Cameron. Everybody else, I hope you also have an absolutely fantastic evening, and I will see you all on Tuesday for the next stream. And yeah, so take care, everyone, and until then, I will see you then. Yeah. Okay. Farewell. Goodbye.